Are you thinking about buying the brand new MacBook Air M5? You might want to hold on for a second and hear this first. Apple just dropped their latest M5 silicon, and there are some massive changes under the hood that almost nobody is talking about. Today, we are going to crack open this brand new machine, test its true limits, and see if it is actually worth the price increase. Let's dive right into it. Right out of the box, you get that classic Apple unboxing experience. The device is wrapped perfectly in paper. Once you slide it out, you immediately notice how crazy thin this laptop is. The model we have here is the Starlight color. It looks slick, clean, and very premium. Inside the box, Apple includes a massive 2-meter braided USB-C to MagSafe charger. But this is not just any regular charger. It is a brand new dynamic power brick that actively switches between 60 watts and 40 watts. If the charger detects that it is getting too hot, it automatically drops down to 40 watts to protect itself. This is a brilliant little feature that will definitely help your charger last for years without burning out. Aside from the laptop and the charger, the box is pretty empty. No extra surprises there. Let's look at the outside of the laptop. On the right side, you simply get a headphone jack. That is it. On the left side, you get 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and your MagSafe charging connector. There is 0 rear input or output, which is standard for the airline. Now let's talk about the real magic, which is the M5 chip inside. This is a slightly cut-down version of the chip found in the MacBook Pro. It features a 10-core CPU. 4 of those are super performance cores, and 6 are efficiency cores. You also get an 8-core GPU and a massive 16-core NPU for artificial intelligence tasks. One huge upgrade this year is the memory bandwidth. Apple boosted it from 120 gigabytes per second up to 153. They also completely killed the 256 gigabyte base storage option. The absolute minimum storage you can buy now is 512 gigabytes. This pushes the starting price to $1,100. It feels like a price bump, but you're getting double the storage of the old base models. When you open a laptop, you're greeted by the exact same screen as last year. It is a stunning display, but there are no big upgrades here. You still get a resolution of 2560 by 1664 on the 13-inch model. It is still a 60 Hz panel. You still have to pay extra for the Pro model if you want a buttery, smooth 120 Hz screen. It maxes out at 500 nits of brightness, and yes, that big notch is still sitting right at the top. Hidden inside that notch is a 1080p webcam. Honestly, for a laptop webcam, it looks incredibly good. The colors are nice, and it blows away some webcams on $3,000 Windows laptops. The built-in microphone is also a huge surprise. It sounds clear, crisp, and isolated. You could easily take an important business call on this machine without buying an external mic. One invisible upgrade inside the laptop is the move to Wi-Fi 7. If you have a brand new router at home, this laptop is going to fly on your network. Next, let's talk about the speakers and the keyboard. The keyboard uses the classic Apple scissor switches. Some people think they're the best keyboards in the world, while others hate them. It is very snappy and responsive. The audio is where things get really interesting. Ever since Apple bought Beats, their audio profiles have become incredibly bass-heavy. The speakers on this tiny, thin laptop pump out an amazing amount of volume and low-end punch. If you love bass, you will be blown away. If you prefer a flatter, more natural sound, you might need to adjust the audio settings. But overall, the sound quality is top tier for a device this thin. The screen looks amazing for watching content. The color range is perfect for photo and video editing. However, it is still extremely frustrating that Apple refuses to put a touchscreen on their MacBooks. Touchscreens are standard on almost every Windows laptop now, and leaving it out still feels like a missed opportunity for Apple. Now, can you actually play video games on a MacBook Air M5? We fired up Cyberpunk to find out. There is actually a dedicated settings profile built into the game SP, specifically for MacBooks. Without a cooling fan inside this laptop, we were very curious how it would handle a massive open-world game. Honestly, the results were pretty surprising. We hovered right around 33 frames per second on average. You will definitely notice some motion blur, and it will not compete with a dedicated gaming PC. But if you're used to console gaming, it is actually a very playable experience. For lighter games, this machine will not break a sweat. In our productivity tests with Premiere Pro and Photoshop, the M5 performed exactly as expected. It easily beats last year's M4 chip, but falls just short of the newly cooled M5 Pro chip. Battery life has also seen a nice bump. It uses the exact same battery size as the older models, which proves that the M5 chip is way more power efficient. Finally, let us look at the inside. Apple has actually made this laptop surprisingly easy to open. There are only 4 screws on the back. Once you remove them, you just slide the bottom plate down, and it pops right off. Inside, it is incredibly clean. Every component is covered, hidden, and beautifully arranged. You cannot easily repair or upgrade anything yourself, but the design is a pure work of art. The big question is, should you actually buy the MacBook Air M5 for $1,100? My honest opinion is this. If you're just a student typing Word documents and watching YouTube, you do not need this. Save your money and buy a cheaper laptop. If you already own an M3 or M4 MacBook, you definitely do not need to upgrade yet. But if you're working with photos, editing videos, and you need serious power in a lightweight body without spending $2,000, the M5 Air is an absolute beast. It is fast, sleek, and incredibly capable. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest tech reviews.